A heart attack, also known as a myocardial infarction, is one of the leading causes of death worldwide. According to the World Health Organization, cardiovascular diseases are responsible for nearly 18 million deaths annually, and a significant portion of these deaths are due to heart attacks. A heart attack occurs when blood flow through one or more coronary arteries is suddenly blocked, depriving the heart muscle of oxygen. If this blockage is not relieved quickly, parts of the heart muscle begin to die, leading to permanent damage or even death. Despite decades of research and public health campaigns, many people still fail to recognize the early warning signs of a heart attack. This failure often results in delayed medical attention, which reduces survival chances. Clinical studies, particularly from the American Heart Association, the Cleveland Clinic, and the Mayo Clinic, emphasize that not all heart attacks present with dramatic chest pain. Women, older adults, and diabetics may experience very subtle or unusual symptoms, making education about these signs essential. In this article, we will explore 15 scientifically recognized warning signs of a heart attack, expanding on how they manifest, why they occur, and what research says about their importance. 1. Chest discomfort, the classic symptom. Chest discomfort remains the hallmark of a heart attack. Patients usually describe it as heaviness, tightness, pressure, or squeezing in the middle of the chest. Unlike fleeting pain, this discomfort tends to last more than a few minutes or may come and go in waves. The scientific explanation lies in the process of ischemia, which is the reduced oxygen supply to the heart muscle. When blood flow through a coronary artery is obstructed, even partially, heart cells are deprived of oxygen and nutrients. They begin to release lactic acid and other metabolic byproducts that stimulate nearby pain receptors, resulting in the sensation of pressure or heaviness. Research has shown that chest discomfort is present in more than 70% of heart attack cases, but it is not universal. Interestingly, studies highlight that women often do not experience this textbook chest pain. Instead, they may use words such as discomfort, pressure, or fullness to describe their symptoms, which can lead to misinterpretation by both patients and healthcare providers. This underscores the need for broader awareness beyond the stereotypical image of crushing chest pain. 2. Pain radiating to other areas. Chest discomfort in a heart attack often does not stay confined to the chest. Many patients report that the pain radiates to the shoulders, arms, most commonly the left arm, back, neck, jaw, or even the upper stomach. From a neurological perspective, this phenomenon is explained by the concept of referred pain. The sensory nerves that transmit signals from the heart enter the spinal cord at the same level as nerves from the arms, jaw, and upper body. The brain, unable to distinguish the exact source, sometimes interprets cardiac pain as originating in these other areas. Clinical studies consistently report that women are more likely than men to experience jaw, neck, or back pain instead of chest pain. This difference in presentation leads to dangerous delays in diagnosis. A study published in Circulation found that women younger than 55 were 7 times more likely to be misdiagnosed in the emergency room compared to men, largely because of these atypical pain patterns. 3. Shortness of breath. Shortness of breath, medically referred to as dyspnea, is another significant warning sign. Patients may feel winded, unable to catch their breath, or as though they are suffocating. This can occur with chest pain or as the sole symptom of a heart attack. The cause is rooted in the heart's inability to pump efficiently during an infarction. When the pumping function is impaired, blood begins to back up into the lungs, causing pulmonary congestion. The fluid in the air sacs reduces oxygen exchange, leading to the distressing sensation of breathlessness. Furthermore, reduced cardiac output means less oxygen is delivered to tissues, compounding the feeling of shortness of breath. Research has shown that this symptom is especially common in women. A study in the Journal of the American Medical Association, JAMA, noted that shortness of breath, rather than chest pain, was the most common presenting complaint in women under 65 who were later confirmed to have had a heart attack. 4. Cold sweat and clammy skin. Sudden, unexplained sweating is another important sign. Patients may find themselves drenched in cold sweat, often accompanied by pale or clammy skin. This is a result of the body's stress response. When the heart is under extreme strain, the sympathetic nervous system is activated, releasing adrenaline. This hormone increases heart rate, raises blood pressure, and stimulates sweat glands. Simultaneously, blood flow is redirected away from the skin to vital organs, creating the sensation of cold, clammy skin. Doctors consider cold sweat a particularly ominous sign when it occurs alongside chest discomfort or nausea. Studies published in the American Journal of Medicine confirm that sweating is a consistent predictor of acute myocardial infarction and often indicates a more severe cardiac event. 5. Nausea, vomiting, and indigestion. Heart attacks are frequently misdiagnosed as digestive problems. Patients may experience nausea, vomiting, bloating, or what feels like heartburn. The explanation again lies in the nervous system. The heart and digestive organs share nerve pathways through the vagus nerve, meaning distress in the heart can trigger gastrointestinal symptoms. Inferior wall heart attacks, which involve the bottom part of the heart, are particularly associated with nausea and abdominal discomfort. Clinical data reveal that women are disproportionately affected by these symptoms. In one large study, nearly half of female heart attack patients reported nausea and vomiting, compared to only about 1/3 of men. Unfortunately, because indigestion is so common and usually harmless, patients often dismiss these early warnings until it is too late. 6. Lightheadedness and dizziness. Another symptom that can easily be overlooked is dizziness or lightheadedness. Some patients describe feeling as if the room is spinning, while others report near-fainting episodes. This occurs because the heart's pumping action is compromised, leading to reduced blood flow to the brain. Abnormal heart rhythms, or arrhythmias, which frequently develop during heart attacks, also reduce blood pressure, exacerbating the problem. In some cases, patients may actually faint, which is a critical red flag requiring immediate medical attention. Research shows that fainting or near-fainting associated with chest discomfort is a high-risk indicator of severe cardiac compromise. Cardiologists warn that this symptom should never be ignored, especially when it is sudden and unexplained. 7. Unusual or extreme fatigue. Fatigue is one of the most overlooked symptoms of a heart attack, particularly in women. Patients often report feeling drained, weak, or unusually tired, sometimes for days or even weeks before the actual attack. The reason lies in the energy demands of the body. When the heart cannot pump efficiently, tissues receive less oxygen. To compensate, the body diverts energy to essential systems, leaving individuals feeling exhausted. Inflammatory chemicals released during ischemia also interfere with normal energy metabolism, worsening fatigue. Multiple studies confirm that fatigue is a common early warning sign. A study from the National Institutes of Health found that more than 70% of women who later had heart attacks reported unusual tiredness in the month prior. Sadly, because fatigue is a vague symptom, it is often ignored or attributed to lifestyle stress. 8. Anxiety and sense of impending doom. A striking number of patients describe an overwhelming sense of fear or impending doom before a heart attack. This is not just psychological, it is a biological stress response. During a heart attack, the body's sympathetic nervous system floods the bloodstream with stress hormones, particularly adrenaline and cortisol. These chemicals increase alertness and anxiety as part of the fight-or-flight response. The brain interprets the signals of chest discomfort, breathlessness, and irregular heartbeats as life-threatening, often creating an overwhelming sense that something terrible is happening. Clinical psychologists and cardiologists have documented this phenomenon for decades. While it may resemble a panic attack, the key difference is that cardiac-induced anxiety usually occurs in the presence of physical symptoms such as chest discomfort, sweating, or nausea. 9. Irregular heartbeat and palpitations. Another important warning sign of a heart attack is the sensation of an irregular heartbeat, often described as fluttering, pounding, or skipped beats. Many patients also report palpitations, where they suddenly become aware of their heart racing or beating abnormally. The scientific explanation is that when part of the heart muscle is deprived of oxygen during a heart attack, the electrical conduction system that controls normal heartbeat is disrupted. This can cause arrhythmias, which are abnormal heart rhythms. Arrhythmias range from harmless skipped beats to life-threatening conditions like ventricular tachycardia or ventricular fibrillation. These dangerous arrhythmias reduce the heart's ability to pump blood effectively, which can quickly lead to collapse or cardiac arrest. Research published in the Journal of Electrocardiology confirms that arrhythmias are extremely common in the first hours of a heart attack, affecting up to 90% of patients. While occasional palpitations in healthy individuals are often benign, the sudden onset of palpitations combined with chest pain, dizziness, or shortness of breath should be treated as an emergency. Cardiologists emphasize that recognizing palpitations as part of a bigger pattern of symptoms can help save lives. 10. Pain in the back, jaw, or neck. Unlike the dramatic chest pain often depicted in movies, many heart attack patients experience discomfort in less obvious areas such as the back, jaw, or neck. This is particularly true for women, who are more likely to present with these atypical pain patterns. The physiological reason is once again related to referred pain. Nerve fibers from the heart connect to the same spinal segments as those from the jaw, neck, and upper back. When the heart sends distress signals during ischemia, the brain may misinterpret the origin of the pain, making patients believe the discomfort is coming from these other regions. Research consistently highlights that these atypical symptoms are one of the major reasons women are misdiagnosed when they arrive at the hospital. A large-scale study published in the New England Journal of Medicine reported that women under 55 were significantly more likely to be discharged from the emergency room without a correct diagnosis compared to men of the same age group. Tragically, these misdiagnoses often result in worse outcomes because valuable time is lost. 11. Fainting or sudden collapse. While dizziness is a relatively common symptom, actual fainting or sudden collapse is much more alarming and often indicates a severe underlying problem during a heart attack. When a heart attack triggers a dangerous arrhythmia or causes the heart to lose its pumping strength, blood flow to the brain can drop drastically. This can cause the patient to lose consciousness within seconds. If the arrhythmia is not corrected, such as with immediate defibrillation, sudden cardiac arrest and death can follow within minutes. According to research from the American College of Cardiology, fainting during a heart attack is often associated with higher mortality rates, as it typically reflects serious rhythm disturbances like ventricular fibrillation. Doctors emphasize that fainting should never be dismissed as a minor event if it occurs in an adult with other heart-related symptoms. Instead, it should trigger an immediate medical evaluation, as it may be the only warning before a fatal event. 12. Resting symptoms in nighttime attacks. A common misconception is that heart attack symptoms only occur during physical exertion, such as exercise or heavy lifting. In reality, many heart attacks occur at rest, during sleep, or even in the early morning hours. This happens because the heart requires a steady supply of oxygen even when the body is at rest. If a coronary artery is severely narrowed or blocked, the baseline oxygen demand of the heart muscle cannot be met, resulting in ischemia. Additionally, blood pressure and heart rate naturally fluctuate during sleep, and early morning surges in stress hormones such as cortisol increase the likelihood of plaque rupture and clot formation. This explains why heart attacks are more common in the early morning hours, a fact repeatedly documented in cardiology research. A study published in Circulation confirmed that the risk of a heart attack is highest between 6 a.m. and noon, coinciding with the body's natural hormonal rhythms. For this reason, chest discomfort, shortness of breath, or sweating that wakes a patient from sleep should always be treated as a medical emergency. 13. Persistent or recurrent episodes of discomfort. Not all heart attacks strike suddenly. Many patients experience warning episodes of chest discomfort or other symptoms in the hours or days leading up to a full-blown attack. These episodes, sometimes called unstable angina, are a sign that the coronary arteries are unstable and at risk of total blockage. The underlying process involves small ruptures in the fatty plaques that line the coronary arteries. When these plaques rupture, they expose their contents to the bloodstream, triggering the formation of small clots. These clots may temporarily block blood flow, causing chest pain, and then dissolve, relieving the symptoms. Over time, however, the clots may grow and lead to complete blockage, resulting in a heart attack. Research from the National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute shows that nearly half of heart attack patients experience some warning symptoms in the days leading up to the event. Unfortunately, many people ignore these signs or attribute them to indigestion, muscle strain, or stress. Recognizing recurrent discomfort as a danger signal could allow doctors to intervene earlier and prevent a major cardiac event. 14. Silent or atypical heart attacks. Perhaps one of the most dangerous forms of heart attacks are those that occur without obvious symptoms, often called silent heart attacks. These are most common in people with diabetes, older adults, and sometimes women. Diabetes plays a major role because it can damage nerves, a condition known as diabetic neuropathy, which dulls the sensation of pain. As a result, diabetic patients may experience only mild fatigue, shortness of breath, or indigestion instead of chest pain. Silent heart attacks may go completely unnoticed until they are discovered incidentally on an electrocardiogram or imaging test. Studies estimate that as many as 1 in 5 heart attacks may be silent. Research published in JAMA Internal Medicine found that silent heart attacks carry almost the same risk of death as symptomatic ones, making them especially concerning. Because of this, regular screening and monitoring are crucial for high-risk groups, even in the absence of chest pain. 15. Early warning signs weeks before the event. Finally, research shows that some people experience subtle warning signs weeks before a major heart attack. These signs may include unusual fatigue, disturbed sleep, mild chest pressure, or episodes of indigestion. The pathophysiology behind this is that the coronary arteries are gradually narrowing over time due to atherosclerosis. Before a full blockage occurs, small plaques may intermittently reduce blood flow, creating early warning symptoms. Unfortunately, because these symptoms are vague, many patients dismiss them. For example, persistent fatigue is often blamed on work stress, while indigestion may be attributed to diet. A landmark study published in the European Heart Journal revealed that up to 50% of patients recalled experiencing warning signs in the month before their heart attack. These included sleep disturbances, mild chest discomfort, or unexplained fatigue. Recognizing and investigating these subtle signs through medical evaluation could provide a window of opportunity to prevent the full event with medications, lifestyle changes, or procedures like angioplasty. Conclusion: heart attacks are medical emergencies that require immediate attention. While chest discomfort remains the most widely recognized sign, decades of research have shown that many other symptoms, such as fatigue, nausea, dizziness, jaw pain, or sweating, can indicate an ongoing cardiac event. Women, diabetics, and older adults are especially likely to present with atypical or silent symptoms, making awareness and education vital. The science is clear: the sooner a heart attack is recognized and treated, the better the outcome. Early intervention with clot-busting drugs, stents, or bypass surgery can save heart muscle and lives. Patients who experience any of the warning signs discussed should seek emergency care without delay. Ignoring or misinterpreting these signals can be fatal.